Sources are telling CNBC-TV18 that the Prime Minister's office will hold a meeting today on the rare earth magnet crisis, which continues to plague automakers and other industries. The meeting is likely to be attended by key stakeholders, including the Department of Heavy Industries, Mining and Commerce Ministry officials. Ashmit is now joining in with more details on what the electronics industry is seeking from the government. Ashmit, tell us, what are your sources telling you on this very important development?
Well, the electronics industry has written to the government citing serious strategic risk to itself, to its export-led growth, to its competitiveness on account of what it calls Chinese informal restrictions. Informal because the electronics industry says there is no formal notification or direction that has been given. Instead, there are oral directions given to various Chinese companies, basis which such restrictions have been introduced. Now, what's important is that there are three critical chokeholds that the industry says the Chinese have identified. These three chokeholds are: number one, rare earth mineral exports. The electronics industry says, is not unique to the auto industry. The electronics industry, which also uses these magnets, is also impacted by this severely. Number two is recall of Chinese workers. This is something that the electronics industry says is going to come in the way of transfer of technology to Indian workers, to Indian companies. And number three, restriction on capital equipment. This is directly going to impact production going forward. This is something which is imported from China. Again, a big restriction being imposed. These three chokeholds, the industry says, appears to be very carefully calibrated. These are sequential in nature. There's an apprehension that they could be expanded to even other means of technologies and critical exports, which is what leads, in fact, the industry to seek intervention from the government, saying that going forward, the smartphone industry, which has been the poster boy of India's manufacturing story, the exports, which are expected to be north of 32 billion in FY26, are at serious risk if these restrictions continue. That is where the intervention from the government is sought. The industry clearly saying that the government needs to come in, the government needs to help, because if these issues are left unaddressed, it will have serious consequences to the recent momentum of electronics manufacturing in India.
Well, thanks so much for that, Ashmit. An important story that we will be following up on. But let's now put the focus on key earnings.